Main
These are bullets all day long. They got the Knight of Pentacles, the stress. He shot himself. There's the
family attorney says the 23-year-old died from a gunshot wound to the head, and the manner of death was suicide.
I don't
This
know what
comes
he
when
used. I know it's a rope involved. I don't know what he used that rope for. Let me see. The secrets. He's taking the secrets with him. You see the secrets? He's not giving y'all the information. Says y'all don't need to know it. You know? He'll go out with the secrets with the high priest there. He might be found on a Wednesday too. Ace of Wands. So I have no doubt in my mind they're gonna find Brian Laundrie, October 2021. I'm telling you, he's still.
Hello, my loves. It's TTMG, the Tarot Medium Goddess here. Thank you so much for being here. Please do stop what you're doing and like this video. Go ahead and subscribe. Don't forget to tell me what you think about what happened in this case in the comments below. And do show your girl some love and share the video. I appreciate every single one of you. It's true. I love you, boo. Hello, hello, hello. Thank you guys so much for being here. Please do go ahead and like the stream for me. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed, but definitely do give your girl some love and like the stream for me. Hello, Carissa. How are you doing today? So we are talking about the boys today. I know they are a part of your heart. You know a lot about this case. If you decide to, and you would like to join me on the live, or, do some input through audio or video, you are more than welcome to. I do have the link to join the live in the description box. If not, that's fine. You can just stay in the chat. So, with Orrin and Orson West, Cincere and Classic, which Carissa always reminds me of. That's their names, their birth names before they were adopted by this couple, who once they had them in their hands, they weren't really ever seen again. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm gonna show you some of Trezell, the adoptive father's interactions on social media. And I'm also going to go ahead and probably play a little news clip that's about 20 minutes long. I haven't really watched it myself too much in detail yet, but what we'll do is we'll cut every so often and speak on what is being said in this case. I will stay in the chat. Okay, that's fine, Carissa. That's fine. So let me pull this up. Give me 1 second. All right. So here is Trezell, the adopted father's Twitter account. Now, his Twitter account, it no longer exists. If you look for him, it says it no longer exists, or it doesn't exist. However, you'll see traces of him there. Hold on. So if I type this in, let me go to home, search Twitter. All right, well, when you're looking for the exact account, actually here, I'll type it right here. Give me 1 second. Here it is. So what Trezell went ahead and did was decided to cancel out a lot of his social media accounts. I wonder why that is. And what was written in those social media accounts that he doesn't want to any longer share with the public. But this was his social media account on Twitter at Hayden Indifference. and it says this account doesn't exist. Well, it existed before. So when we go to search in Twitter, if we type in his username, right here, it goes right here, we'll see different replies that people have replied to him in the past, right? A lot of it's gone, but there's little traces of it now still. Okay, whatever was written, I'm not really good with Twitter, guys. So I don't know how to find what he originally wrote, but somebody wrote this is new world order shit, right? And other stuff, hold on, other people are commenting to him. You see this lady, the gunner's wife, she wrote, good for you, Trey for Trezell, keep searching for the truth, right? We are aliens. So there was a lot of discussions on, saying humans come from aliens. So that's what they're sharing on here. Give me 1 second. I gotta jump into the comments. Hello, Christina. How are you? Hello, Nani. How are you? Nani, let me know if you, or Christina, let me know if you want to come in the chat. I'm enjoying the stream. It's the link is in the description box. If not, that's fine. You can stay in the chat. All right, so that's a lot of people who were responding to his old post, right? For some reason, he wanted to get rid of his social media. But give me 1 second. I will bring up his YouTube. Okay, so now this is Trezell's YouTube account, which in the past, I'm pretty sure he had videos in a playlist up that you can no longer see anymore. Trey J. West, he goes by on YouTube. He had 3 subscribers, right? Digging into his personal life a little bit. We click on the About. You see that he originally joined YouTube October 10th, 2010, right? So now let me pull up. How are you doing, Chris? How are you doing, Christina? Share video. Okay, here we go. So here is, let me see, how do I get rid of it? Give me 1 second, guys. Give me, I accidentally clicked off of that, so give me 1 second to get that back on the screen. All right, so this video is talking about
why we are here exactly now. We are here to
basically
help
us being aliens, right? And Trezell commented below. Hold on, we're gonna pull that up in a second. But Trezell commented below. So now this is saying chats with S. Varu, whatever. These are the conversations I had recently with the Tegetan women called S. Varu. It's interesting how they are aliens, but they use they use the alphabet just like we do, right? Anyway. There is almost no modification in the words of this communication, only the order of questions. So I'm not knocking anyone's belief. It's a lot more to our existence than a lot of us might realize. However, I don't know if his beliefs had something to do with the disappearance of these children. Now we're going to go down to what he stated in the comments. I think I'm almost there. Trezell. I might have actually passed it because I don't think I dug this deep last time. Give me 1 second. Let's see. Put in the comments where you guys are from, where you're located, while I try to bring this up, so I can give you guys a shout out. Alright, I think I might have passed it, so I'm going to scroll up. Wait. Here he goes. Alright, so this is a comment by Trey J. West. That's what he goes by on YouTube. Trey J. West, right? And it says, "Wake up, Terror Papers, Terror Papers. We are beyond all of the programming. God, Lucifer. Such things only exist in your mind so you can be governed. Your creators are aliens. You are hybrid humanoids made in their image. Anuke, dog like God, dog reverse, mixed with the universal options. Born from a matrix, mother's womb into the matrix to be slaves, mining the resources, gold, silver, copper, of the planet Gaia, which you all are still doing to this day. I'm not into discussions. Do not bother. I played this game before. PvE. I'm just waiting for the water to rise again. Have to get rid of the rift raft in order for the meek to inherit the earth. Learn to grow your own food ASAP and get to high ground. Herbs heal your earthly bodies. It's in the Bibles. American Midwest has been underwater, farmland lost and cattle dead. Viruses will and run through your cultures. Party dish, we are Genesis scientists. Spelling may be incorrect. Earth rules suck. Food prices will rise. Vaccination for control. Basic income. Conversion to complacency. Complacency. Etc. Ha ha ha. Etc. Etc. I laugh to deal with stupidity. And so people go on to comment, and people go on to comment. So you could go to that website or to this webpage if you want to see the comment yourself and get more in detail with it. And it's called Cosmic Agency, and you will see his comment below. Now, if there was another something that he put on social media, I can't find it. I don't see it yet. Maybe I'll have it for my next live. But where he also, I believe, discussed almost the sacrifice of a child. So that is something definitely that I want to get on my live by the next video that I do on Cincere and Classic. Philly. Okay, so you close to me. I'm like, depending on what part, I'm about 50 minutes maybe from there. Kentucky. Oh, nice. Christina, I'm good, thanks. West Virginia. Okay. Well, West Virginia in the house. I was speaking to my friend that lives near Hampton, VA, or Norfolk, VA today. Illinois. Nice. I was in Illinois last year, less than a year ago, a couple times. Was in West Virginia a few months back. Went through Kentucky, went through Philly, went all these places in the last year a couple times. I'm close to Allentown, Caressa. I'm not in Allentown. I'm on the outskirts. I'm in the Lehigh Valley area, but I'm in PA. All right, so let's see. Let me get that off the screen real quick. So if there's anything you guys want to add into the chat, just let me know. Because like you guys know, this isn't like Summer Wells where Don and Candace are talking and you can just pick at whatever they're saying in their lives and you have more to go off of. We talking about Trezell and Jacqueline West, who has kept their mouth shut and distanced themselves from this situation. So it's not much. We're going to have to pull teeth here to get something, right? So I really would love to locate them if I could and have a sit down. We know that that's really not going to happen because they're guilty of, you know, what I feel and what I'm picking up is that they have something to do with this. I saw it left and right. I'm not just speaking as, I'm speaking as somebody who, you know, has a high success rate in reading cases like this. And all the way around it is family involved. And I know it's not biological family, so this has to be the adopted family, right? So, yeah, I would love to also possibly in the near future have some interviews with maybe some of their old friends or people that were in their life as well. So, okay, so I want to tell you guys what I see. I pulled some cards earlier on this case. And I saw the energy of where they could have possibly, and I'm not saying this because yet, until I do my full reading on the case again, I'm going to do another extended read on the case and just dive in. That's when you know for sure. Like when I told y'all Summer was dead, and when I told y'all Brian was dead, Brian Laundrie, I knew, I felt that, and how they died, I just knew, right? So I want to do an extended read. I don't want to halfway read into this case, but what I'm seeing right now is it feels like they gave the person to somebody of the kids to somebody like in a cult, you know, like they paid, like that's why they're not even scared of getting caught. Like their bodies are inside of an environment, like either in a house or on a house in a cult type environment, you know. So let me see what I can pull. I believe justice will come soon. Yes, Carissa. I'm about 2 hours from Chicago. Okay, so okay. All right. That's where I got my that's where I got engaged last year, was in Chicago. Let me see. I'm pulling cards, guys. Before I go into this news read and start doing the clips, we're going to pull some cards on, you know, we're going to say Orrin and Orson, since that's what they know about, but their real names, their birth names are Cincere and Classic. Where is Cincere and Classic? Where is Cincere and Classic? 7 of Wands, 5 of Wands. It's like they're in some type of facility, like they were given to a guy that was in charge, like a person that was a head of a cult. It's like, I'm looking. Give me 1 minute, guys. Clarity on the 7 of Wands. And I'm going to tell y'all the cards I'm getting to for those who, karma. Okay, so I'm getting the 7 of Wands, 5 of Swords. You know, that's like showing me some type of imprisonment almost. You know, or some type of, yeah, some type of imprisonment area. Knight of Cups. The guy is on the horse handing the cup to this guy sitting. To King of Pentacles. So he's passing off. I see Trezell passing off the boys to this guy who's like almost ahead of some organization, of some cult. And the guy, he even gives some money for it, right? Shoot. The strength. They could be found at a they're, and I'm also getting the strength card, the Two of Cups, Queen of Cups, Six of Cups. That's family giving them to him. That's an exchange. Five of Pentacles, the Sun, and the Knight of Swords. Okay. It seems like somebody was on their tail, though, with that Knight of Swords being there. Let me see who's that Knight of Swords. Let's see if the cops trying to figure this out. Who's this Knight of Swords? What's going on here with this Knight of Swords? The Two of Pentacles. Yeah, that's trying to figure it out. Hold on. Clarity on this Knight of Swords. Eight of Cups. Clarity on Eight of Cups. Movement. All right, I'm gonna have to look deeper into the end part of this read in a minute, but what I'm telling you right now is what I see is they brought the boys somewhere to like some type of cult. It could be like a house or just to the he's the person sitting down, so he's bringing it. He brought the boys to somebody, right? He brought the boys to somebody. It was an exchange of funds there, but it was more than just money, because it was like they were also a sacrifice. These boys is a sacrifice. That's what I'm saying. All right, so that's just like a mini read on that. I'm about 2 hours. Okay, ask, are they in Indiana or Illinois? Okay, I think a way to find them too is if we could find out. That's why it's great when we got a lot of people on the internet working and trying to figure things out, because I'm seeing this. But if somebody could find out like any type of cult links and where somebody, you see he's into all of this ET stuff or whatever, so he brought him to some type of cult environment. And hold on, are the boys in Illinois? Are the boys in Illinois? Let me see. Are the boys in Illinois? Okay, I got the Justice so far. 9 of Pentacles. All right. It started off looking like they could be there, but maybe they just clarity on the Justice. Page of Wands, the boys. Oh my God. The High Priestess and the Temperance. I would say for this one, I have to look into it. It's inconclusive to me. It kind of started off like a yes, or there's some type of link to that area with them. But I kind of do see him being there with the Page of Wands. It's like a little boy waving his hands. And then you see the High Priest, like whoever that cult person, the person that's in that high position. It's a possibility. I'm not going to say yes on that right now. But let me see. Try saying it with the S. Oh, with Cincere? Hold on. Let me ask about. See, the energy picks up on the energy that it knows what you're talking about when you shuffle tarot. Like, I can give you a reading off of your fake name on Facebook or on YouTube or whatever, and it will still tune into your energy. Even if I mix up the name and I call you somebody else, like, the energies know that it's you, know who I'm speaking about, so it's gonna be right anyway. But all right, give me a second, Christina. Are the boys in? Did I just say Illinois? Did I say Illinois or Chicago? Are the boys in? Or Indiana. Indiana. I didn't say Indiana. I said Illinois. Are the boys in Indiana? There's some link to there to that too. It looks like they could have possibly been there but moved somewhere. I cannot say in this reading because I see movement like they might have possibly, wherever they were brought from one place to the next. Because I see the movement with the Six of Wands. I mean the Six of Swords. I see the Two of Pentacles. I see the wheels turning. I'm gonna have to narrow down location on the other read. I don't like to say something unless I feel 100%. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna play some of this video. I'm gonna play a clip. It's a clip from one of the news stations. It's about 20 minutes long, but we're gonna be stopping and we're gonna be talking. If you guys want to get my attention, just let me know in the chat and I'll stop it and we'll speak on it real quick, okay? Give me 1 second to pull it up. So before I do that, I want you to see, so the channel that you see that he's commented on and was big on, so this channel is talking about, you know, the video that it's about to proceed in. It's letting you know that this is not channeled information. The contact with Teji Teen, all right, whatever, all right, this is still, as confusing as they want to make the word, I don't believe aliens are using the freaking same alphabet that we're using, okay? So I don't believe they have TAs and Ys. All right. Anyway, the contact with the Teji team, maybe they want to refer to them as that though, but it's direct in writing and live. It is recommended to see all the videos from the beginning. We are in the 3rd year of contact almost daily. So they're saying that they're, you know, in contact with these aliens. Maybe, shoot, maybe he felt he was passing them off to some alien. I don't know.
Themselves and small groups of humanoid beings.
Okay, so this is what he's into, right? But I'm gonna get off of this real quick. And like I said, there was something else that I saw too about the sacrifice of a child dealing with Trezell, and I have to get that for my next live.
Came in the house, I saw them there.
Somebody knows something.
They could be anywhere.
I came back out, I didn't see them now.
Y'all was supposed to take care of my nephew.
The tension in this community is just raising.
Things like this don't just happen out here.
It's been 20 days.
For more than 100 days.
10 months since the West brothers went missing.
Have we searched the house? Absolutely. The backyard? Absolutely.
They will be found. And that's all I want is to find, okay.
Good evening and welcome to this special edition of 23 ABC News.
Oh, I want to say this real quick, Carissa. So what I was seeing for the state of Indiana and Illinois is that, I mean, you know, not the state of Illinois, but the city, is that the parents may have the adopted parents may have some link to that area, but I couldn't say for sure if the boys were, you know, in that area. Maybe I can touch on that in the extended read because I'll have a lot of time to do so then.
I'm Keely Van Middendorp. Well, it's been 1 year since two young boys, 3-year-old Orson West and 4-year-old Orrin West, were reported missing. Tonight, we take you through our coverage of the case over the past 365 days as investigations continue with law enforcement. Meanwhile, the question we've all been asking this past year is, where are the boys? But what about who were the boys? 23 ABC's Kristen Vartan spoke to family members who shared their memories of Orrin and Orson West.
I was changing his diaper, and when I was changing his diaper, he was just staring at me, and I asked him what was he staring at. He just started screaming out of nowhere and started laughing. That was funny. I was at home by myself with him.
Charles Pettis is the biological father to Classic, later named Orson West. But he's reflecting on a moment with Cincere, later named Orrin. And while Orrin West wasn't his biological son, he was part of the family.
I had another baby, and you know, it's just another part of me that I had to take care of. I didn't spend a lot of time with him before all this stuff happened, and they came and took him away.
Pettis holds on to what little time he got with those two kids before they were put into foster care and eventually adopted.
I try to stay strong for my brother, you know. We just want answers and justice, you know, that's it.
Yeah.
It's hard to talk about with me.
Yeah.
I get emotional, but...
And then, taken away again.
Some kind of answers. It's been a year. We deserve something.
Yes,
you know?
yes.
That's, I mean, it's only right. It's only right.
As Orson's biological aunt Kiki Horde says, Tuesday marks the anniversary that adoptive parents Jacqueline and Trezell West reported the brothers missing. Since then, Pettis and Horde's biological cousin Rosanna Wills says there have been countless searches, monthly candlelight prayers, and unanswered questions.
That's the thing. There's $125,000 on the line. Nobody's claimed it. Nobody spoke up. There's so many tips. Nothing. There's so much support around the world. Nothing. So it's like, when you have all of this and we don't have nothing.
Now here we are. Now, what do you guys think one of the reasons that they actually have nothing for? Could it possibly be that the Orrin and Orson, or Cincere and Classic, was kept in an environment where just nobody really saw them? They went from point A to point B, you know, and then when they finally did whatever, the parents finally did whatever exchange that they did, it seemed like, and as we continue on watching this video, and I know Carissa already knows this, that no one, like the neighbors at the house that they supposedly lived in, never saw any kids out there. It was multiple neighbors that, exactly, where are the boys? There were multiple neighbors that testified that they have not seen the boys. It's like the boys never moved there with them. And when he spoke to people, he said that he never mentioned that he had these two adoptive children. So question arises, how many people that did they actually expose Orrin and Orson West to, you know? It doesn't seem like very many. As a matter of fact, we don't have any other pictures. I'm tired of putting up the same two pictures for any type of lives that I'm doing. You don't have much to go off of. If you really care about your child and, you know, quote unquote child, then you would obviously want to take more photos of them, you know, because they're going to be on your mind and heart all of the time. You're going to want to show them off. But that's all we have to go off of. Something just isn't right in this case. But let us continue. And if anybody has any questions as far as what you want me to pull in the cards to try to get out and read in, you can go ahead and throw it in the chat, and I'll do some random question and answers for a tarot reading as well here and there throughout.
Are at Casa Loma Apartments. This is where officials say the West family moved from to California City. While we were unable to get a hold of the adoptive parents of the boys, Trezell and Jacqueline West, this is what they had to say to us in a previous interview about what they meant to them.
I'm completely sorry because we were entrusted with her children, and they came to us, and they became our children. We named them.
Now shut the heck up, Trezell. If you were so concerned, you would be out there looking for your daggone kids. All right. Sorry guys. Carissa said, Trezell West told the lender he only had 4 kids. Yeah, I saw that. He told the lender he only had 4 kids. So that did not include, because it was supposed to be 6 of them all together. So, what 2 was he leaving out there? The 2 that turned up missing? So once again, he's here stating that he, really cares for the kids. Look at his arms and how his arms are positioned. As soon as you saw that, that's the position of somebody with something to withhold. Somebody that's not going to tell the whole truth. His body language, his eyes, you don't see any type of sadness there, emotion there, really. Everything just seems fake, and she can't even look up. Her head's down most of the time. But we're going to continue to roll the tape.
And they are our children, and so we want them back.
The biological family says that while there were events leading up to the boys being placed into the foster care system and eventually adopted, those events were misunderstandings and an accident. And now they have questions for the adoptive parents.
If you followed the case, you would see pictures, they was more happy at home than they was with them. And if they loved them, still to this day, can we get one?
I have the same question. Could we get one picture? One.
Updated picture? Something that's going to show what they looked like when they had them? That's all.
Will says the family refuses to give up the search until they find answers, and that their love for the boys and each other keeps them going.
It's been a year, 365 days. Imagine going missing for a day.
I still got them. They should know that I still love them, that I'm always going to have their backs regardless of the fact those are my kids. That's something that you'll miss in life that you can never get back.
In Bakersfield, Kristen Vartan, 23 ABC News, connecting you.
And while Orson and Orrin came to be part of the West family, their birth mother, Ryan Dean, told 23 ABC last year she was working to get them back in her care. She became vocal following the boys' disappearance and claimed she believed foul play was involved.
I like them. I could tell. I could tell when my kids like someone or when they don't like someone. I have 2 older kids, and I know, and they didn't like them. Something was going on.
23 ABC did reach out to Dean, who said she had nothing to say to the public until her boys were found. Well, the Wests reportedly moved from the Casa Loma apartments in Bakersfield to California City in September of 2020. A local investigation begins after the boys are reported.
Now, if you know your children are missing, I don't know, is it a good idea to move? I don't know that it's a good idea to move. You want to stay local, feel like you're still around them. I know they may have people harassing them and out there protesting, and sometimes that could be a bit annoying. You know what I mean? But you didn't even see them out there. I don't know if they were out there. Tell me if I'm wrong, Carissa. But I didn't see them out there just trying to really find their kids. All I saw was them say that, what did they say? The police told them to stay inside. They got the best out there looking for them. Well, how come the best ain't find them yet? And whose love is more is greater than the ones that's supposed to be their parents, whether adoptive or birth parents? Who's the best? Who's the best? The stranger that they don't know? Or how can they feel good with that? To me, that's just so wrong. They got the best out there looking for them, so they send their behinds in the house and going to sleep. How could they even go to sleep at night? I mean, you would just wake up. Hold on. Anybody that's really cares for their kid, love their kid, even have the least bit of care for their kid, they're not going to be able to sleep. They're going to get up and they're going to start walking around in circles, okay? They're going to be waking up 1 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, okay? You're going to go outside, look around some more out front. Sorry, this is really pissing me off right now. So Nani says, why would you even think of moving instead of searching for them? Exactly. And for them, they're probably going to say, oh, well, you know, the protesters was getting on my nerves. Well, I bet you if you took your behind out that house and started searching with them, I bet they wouldn't have got on your nerves then, because they would have said, oh, these people actually care. They actually want to find their kids. You know, it wouldn't be any reason to suspect foul play at that point. Yes, Nani says, this is madness. It surely is. Carissa says, they wasn't out there. Nope. I didn't see them out there. I think I've heard somebody said they were out there, but I didn't see them out there. No, I think it was him, Trezell, who said that they were out there. He might have said that or somebody, but I didn't see him. Christina says, if it is my kids, I'm going to look everywhere, houses and all. Yes, Christina. Christina, would you wait for somebody to tell? Would you listen to somebody tell you they got the best out there? So that means I just go sit down and sit on the couch and watch TV or play with my phone? This doesn't make sense to me. We're going to continue to roll the tape. Wait, hold on one second. Yeah, we're going to continue to roll the tape for now.
Reported missing on the 21st. Nearby neighbors begin search efforts just hours after that first call, and investigations by California City Police begin as well. The West speak to the media for the first time, their first and only interview of the year. Here's what they have.
An only interview period, right? I think that was their only interview period. Am I correct, Carissa? I know you know about this case well. Christina said, no, exactly, Christina. I don't even think I could eat. Exactly. You can't. You know what? My son, who's 13 years old today, when he, not today, but he's 13 now. I remember when he got sick, when he was 3 years old, he got sick. We found out he was sick. And, when I found out, I couldn't eat, and I lost so much weight fast. I think I lost 30 pounds in a month. When it's something for me and I'm stressing over myself, I'm actually overeating. You know, I'm overeating when it's for me, but I couldn't handle it when it was my son. It's like I couldn't eat at all, you know? These people are just doing fine. They're doing dandy. Hold on. Let's see what Carissa says. I've been following since day one, and YouTube creators because of the boys. I've been a lot boots on. Yes, it's been a lot of boots on the ground. Yeah, it's been a lot of boots on the ground. The only 4 boots, because we're gonna say 2 per person for both their feet, is missing was Trezell and Jacqueline. Yeah, she said that's the only interview, and that's sad. That's sad. They could have tried to do a couple more and played it off, but no. They want to get silent on us. We know something definitely is not right. Let's go ahead and press play.
Had to say.
I went up to that gate. I'm throwing wood, bringing it inside the house. My wife's inside. She was actually wrapping gifts, so we thought it was a good idea.
Look at his arms. He has something to hide.
Our youngest 2 go outside and play with chalk in the back patio. I realized I left the gate open, and I panicked, came inside the house, searched the house, me and my wife. Once that didn't pan out, I got in the van. I looked down the street, both directions. It was getting dark, getting cold.
We're going through it. It's difficult. I mean, everybody's making their own their own conclusions. They don't know anything. We're not sure everything. We're not sure. We said what we knew.
Despite the community's prayers, the boys are not found by Christmas. Over the weeks, a large reward is offered by local businesses and the family itself, leading to information for the boys' safe return. The California City Police Department.
And you know why there's $125,000 and those boys have not been found? Because they have not been abducted. You know, they weren't just roaming around on the street lost, and somebody brought them, like I said, from point A to point B. Right? So that's exactly what happened. Trezell and Jacqueline brought the boys to a house.
Department also updates 23 ABC on any leads that they've been looking at. In that month, law enforcement dug up the parents' backyard to make sure the boys weren't buried underneath. Search dogs on the boys sent inside the home, but not outside. Officials also used cadaver dogs inside the residence. They found no scent of human remains. A search warrant collected things from the home, including electronics like cell phones, and the parents' van was also examined for any trace amounts of blood. Nothing was found. They also spoke to neighbors, and previous properties were searched in Bakersfield, along with the former Saddle Ranch resort.
Everybody's just hoping that they find something. We're going to go through every area there is out here.
Scouring the desert, just looking for any clues.
Those nearby also began looking for the children hours after they were reported missing and have never stopped. But neighbors involved in that first search recall initial confusion amidst the chaos, as they had no idea there were two, much less 6 children living at the property on Aspen Avenue.
Look how cute they are. They're adorable. Why would anybody want to hurt them or, you know?
A search that's felt fruitless here in the land of the sun, where no amount of daylight has been enough to uncover the truth behind the West boys' whereabouts.
It's the mystery that's so horrible about all of this.
Just not knowing. It's really, really hard not knowing.
Neighbors recall that December night, telling 23 ABC they think about Orson and Orrin every day.
Walk out of my house and there's the house. And it's boarded up.
I just talk to God every day. I know He knows where they are. Why are you not letting us find out where they are?
Ida and Robin both live nearby, and both had no idea a family was residing at the California City home.
We actually have probably the best view of that house because we sit kitty corner.
Ida saying she recalls seeing a white van parked outside the house beginning sometime in September.
And you can tell, I'm sorry, nosy neighbors. They know everything that's going on in the neighborhood, especially women at their age, because you don't have anything else to do but go to the supermarket, go to bingo, and come home. Okay? So, to go into the Piggly Wiggly, all right? They're going to play bingo, and they coming home. Anytime they hear somebody drive by, they at the window. They looking out. They know everybody's business. They know what's going on. Okay? So, if anybody knew, these ladies knew.
September of last year, and a young man several times over the months, but no one else.
The van was usually parked there all the time.
Robin was the West's backyard neighbor, and is also adamant she never saw any sign of children or animals outside.
The father, you would see him out in the backyard occasionally, but only him. I never saw any children of any kind ever. In all the years I've lived here, there's never been children back there, ever.
The two recall the night of the boys' disappearance, both taking to the streets with other neighbors to look for the children they never knew existed.
And he said they lived in this house over here. And I said, really?
Ida saying that night no police came to their doorstep or asked to search their property, which includes a large barn. She thinks it could have been a place with potential for protection in the eyes of 2 young children wandering alone on a dark December night.
Nobody ever talked to us.
1 year later,
now they would be 4 and 5.
And after countless searches, the property on Aspen Avenue sits vacant and eerily quiet. A small memorial, which began the week the boys disappeared, still serves as a somber reminder 2 children are dearly missed and still missing.
I don't know what I hope. I just hope the children are alive.
Okay, now what I'm gonna tell y'all what I'm seeing right now. I'm pulling the 10 of Wands, and this is the same thing, that I've been seeing the whole time. As far as where they are, 10 of Wands, 5 of Wands, got the Wheel of Fortune, the Magician, the Hermit. It's somebody into some type of magic stuff, witchcraft. 3 of Wands, the two of Pentacles, and the 4 of Wands. So I'm getting a house. Wherever they are, it's like in a house, around a house, by a house. Maybe the house might have a stream out back. The house may have a stream out back. Hold on. Clarity on the 10 of Wands. That's the clarity on the 10 of Wands. High priestess. Oh God. Clarity on the high priestess. This is definitely some type of cult place. And if they wind up moving them outside, it's going to be near some water or a stream or something like that. But right now, I see them being in a house. Clarity on the Four of Wands. Let me see. Clarity on the Four of Wands. Yeah. Now, the house, I mean, it's probably not a small thing. It's like a big environment because it's a cult-like thing. You know, it's a lot of people. It's like multiple people at this house. All right, let me continue to play the tape. Well, let me see if anybody said anything in the comments first. Christina says, you can hear kids when they play outside 90% of the time. Yes, you can hear them. They make a lot of noise. Even in the development I live in, there's a lot of houses, a lot of townhouses, and I know one of the neighbors lives close to the park in the development, and she actually called the cops. I think my son was 10 years old. He was 10 years old. I found out. He didn't tell me till 2 months later. Him and another boy was out there playing, and she called the cop. And I said, I wish he would have told me then, because I never got a chance to speak to her. And I think they said the cops came out and told her she was wrong, you know. But you're going to hear kids be loud. So it's true. And those ladies, they seem like they the type to pay attention. At a certain age, that's all you do, you know. All right, I'm going to continue to roll the tape. I say roll the tape like you guys, like this the 80s.
And it wasn't just neighbors and law enforcement agencies investigating the case. A private investigator from Northern California says he was also drawn to the investigation. Bill Garcia joined efforts while offering his team services pro bono. While he stepped away, Garcia continues to keep in close contact with those near the case. He tells 23 ABC he believes the boys could still be alive and reunited with loved ones.
The fact that remains have not been found, nor evidence of them being deceased have not been found, that's all very good. And many times the children will.
Yes, but they have to get into this house. I'm telling you guys, these kids are within a house. I'm not saying, like I said before, when I pulled up on a reading, I pulled the energy that it was leaning towards death, right? I could tell you if I'm 100%, or I could tell you, if it's, what do you call it? If I'm not, if I can't really pick it up at the time. But this was leaning closer to 75% they weren't around anymore, But either way, regardless, they need to be found alive or dead so that, this case could be brought to justice. And I see they're in the freaking house. That's why you're not going to find them. Not right now, at least. Outside, they're like some type of sacrifice with this. So they're not, I don't see them being outdoors. I'm going to double check on my deep read on this, but I'm not seeing them being outdoors.
Will pop up.
Still, in the decades Garcia has been helping to solve children's cases, he tells us he's never seen one like this, where he's been accused of taking the children he's looking to find. And Garcia isn't the only person who's been accused of taking Orson and Orrin West. We caught up with Cherry Vasquez, a woman who first shared her story with us last year after she found crowds of angry people at her doorstep in Bakersfield demanding to know where the boys were. Vasquez says YouTubers accused her of being the biological mother of Jacqueline West, claiming at one point to even have a birth certificate. Streamers went as far as saying she was a witch and reached out to her actual children, asking about Jacqueline and the boys. She also says her grandchildren weren't allowed to visit during this time as they feared for the kids' safety. Vasquez tells 23 ABC people also reported a GoFundMe page she had started for a family member as fake, claiming she was going to use the money to cover up crimes related to the West boys.
One of the YouTubers had told all the rest of them to flag it because I was trying to get money to bury the boys.
And what was your reaction to hearing that?
My mouth dropped and I began, it made me cry because it's like, did you really Really? This girl needed this. And you're accusing me of murder.
Sherry has considered legal action and even found the mother of Jacqueline West. She said there was no resemblance and no remorse from her over the case of mistaken identity.
I am confident that we will understand the circumstances of their disappearance.
Still to come as the case progresses, the Bakersfield Police Department takes the lead in the investigation. We share why next.
Okay, I'm gonna pause this for a second. There's something about the number 2 here coming up about these boys. I don't know what it is. Maybe I'll dive in if you guys are with me on my deep read live, because it's most certainly some connection to two. I'm getting a 2 of Wands, 2 of Cups, and 6 of Cups. And the 6 of Cups is 2 kids actually sitting down playing in water. All right, so it's something with the number 2 that's going on here. And something about the Star card. I don't know if that could be the spiritual environment, or that could be an Aquarius that has something to do with this situation. Let me try to pull up. Hold on. Energy on the Star card, please. Can we get the energy on the Star card? Why is that there? Okay. 2 of Pentacles. All right. All these 2s. Let me see. I'm seeing movement. Hold on, let me ask, will they be found? Give me 1 second. I'm gonna continue to play. I'm gonna ask, will they be found? And I'll get right back. See y'all.
Adoptive grandparents. 23 ABC's Mythili Gooby has an update now from Bakersfield Police on where they stand tonight with the search.
We're doing everything we lawfully can to solve the case.
The Bakersfield Police Department says they have been involved in the investigation of the disappearance of Orson and Orrin West since the beginning.
Once it was established that historically the boys are from Bakersfield, their families from Bakersfield, their history was in Bakersfield.
On March 1st, the department announced that they formally took over the case. Through their investigation with other law enforcement partners, as of December 14th, BPD says they have done about 116 interviews with people connected to the case and have seized about 170 items, but that number was as of June 2021. Since the reported disappearance, BPD says they've also executed about 48 search warrants, got more than 200 tips, conducted 4 out-of-state searches, and have done 27 area searches as well. And even though Sergeant Robert Pear doesn't frequently share updates about the case, he says BPD is still working to find the boys.
The investigation hasn't stopped. Just because on a daily basis we don't tell you what we're doing.
Pear says the department understands that people are continuing to follow the case and want updates from law enforcement.
We know the public is crying out for answers. The public is crying out for the boys being returned home. I am confident that we will understand the circumstances of their disappearance.
But they say they can't reveal details that could jeopardize the case.
It closes investigative paths to us when we present all of the information that is known to us.
Despite the lack of public knowledge of the case.
Okay, I'm going to say without going into too much detail offhand, right away, without pulling too much energy, it's feeling like they will have success eventually with finding these boys, which is awesome. But the one thing I say they have to concentrate on is it's more like on somebody's property. They're on more like somebody's property versus out, in the desert or woods or buried somewhere, So I think that's of vital importance to know. So they're not just going on a wild goose chase. I don't know if they've been able to get track of their phone records. I'm pretty sure they had to do that search by now. Carissa, do you know about that? If they were able to pull up the phone records of Jacqueline and what's his face, Trezell. All right. So Carissa says Jacqueline mother moved to Oregon. Okay. All right. They getting close, answering or coming soon. Yep. It looks like they are still working on it. Carissa, yeah, what's his face? Trezell. But do you know if they searched the phone records? But he seems like he would know to cover his tracks. Yeah. They seem like they would know to cover their tracks. However, stuff's bound to catch up to them. Yes, they did. Okay. Pretty sure he probably had a burner phone too.
Paris says people shouldn't stop caring about the investigation or about the boys.
The more people that talk about it and know what's going on as far as the disappearance of the boys, the higher the likelihood that someone that either remembers something or sees something and contacts us. And that's extremely important.
In Bakersfield, I'm Maite Gobi, 23 ABC, connecting you.
We often hear the phrase, it takes a village, when celebrating all the things a child has accomplished. But for the West Boys, it has taken a lot of people to keep this search going. As the months pass, the amount of those helping seems to be diminishing. As 23 ABC's Vanya Patino finds out, those who have stayed are not letting go until they get answers.
This is one of ours. They was born in Bakersfield. This is one of our kids. And just, if it was one of yours, what would you do?
They are not her children, but 10 months
All right,
ago...
I gotta pause this. And I know I keep being repetitive with this. And I hope that if anybody listens to this case, who's just been on there since day one, like Carissa, who just, started out with the case, or even their family, their biological family and friends of Cincere and Classic. I'm getting over and over, like every single time. Like it's never wrong when I see stuff over and over like this. That it's definitely, there's some cult house, or it's connected. They gotta find the person at this. I'm even getting the Three of Pentacles. This person here is doing whole spells. You know what I mean? And on top of that, clarifying, you getting the Hermit, which is another spiritual card. On top of that, this person goes within. And anytime I ask, I keep getting those. Whether it's today, yesterday, day before that, the week before that. If I do it tomorrow, the same daggone cards come. That's how strong it is. So some houses, some doors need to be knocked on. Some doors need to be knocked on. Let's see. Carissa says a lot of YouTubers are being threatened because of this case. Oh, really? How so, Carissa? I did look and I saw that it's a website called wherearetheboys.com, but I didn't see who made it. It looked like somebody made it to profit off of t-shirts and stuff. I don't know. Maybe they had pure intentions with it. I don't know. But a lot of things could be questioned at times like this,
In her family room, now turned into a workshop, Keisha Stevenson began printing the boys' faces on shirts and masks. She's now updating the message.
Someone knows something, and then it just disappears. So keeping these shirts and stuff out there, it keeps awareness out there.
Despite the face masks, sweaters, shirts, and boards plastered across.
Okay, well, they're talking about I don't know if that site is with the family. If it was from the family, the one that I said was wherearetheboys.com, then okay, more power to them. I just wanted to make sure it's nobody taking advantage. And I guess regardless, as long as you putting it out there for people to know about these boys, you really can't go wrong, because it just gives it more publicity that it deserves either way,
California City and Bakersfield, the question remains, where are the boys? And right now, the only thing holding these families and community together is prayer.
A lot of hope, but a lot of prayer. Is going to help our entire situation.
I'm asking the question,
Carissa. Nick Hill cannot fathom the heartbreak the families involved have been going through.
It just has to be a hole in that heart that will cover full Cincere showers.
Hill and his team at the Kern County Black Chamber of Commerce have hosted talks and joined the prayer circles Keisha Stevenson has set up. But as fewer people show up to these vigils and the pictures and teddy bears laid outside their Cal City home fade, those making sure this case does not go cold are asking the community to come back.
We need all the support. We, with ideas, whatever, we just need the awareness to just continue. We got to keep in their voice. We don't want it to go cold, period.
In Cal City, Bonnie Patino, 23 ABC News, connecting you.
Coming up next, when it comes to missing child cases, it's all hands on deck. We hear from one organization that makes it their mission to find missing kids.
Okay. Are we done?
The National Center for Missing and Exploited Children has assisted law enforcement and families with nearly
All right, give me 1 second so I could get to your question. All right, so Carissa says, ask about Jamil West. Does he know anything? Okay, and let me see what else he wrote. All right, Keisha's helping the biological family. Okay, awesome. Yes, it is. Yes, it is helpful. Yes. Keisha is the same one right. I'm sorry, I don't have on my glasses, so if I sound illiterate, I'm over here squinting. And you could count on me not having it because I lost one and broke the other one again. But here we go. Keisha is the one right by their side and helping and praying with the family they met because of the boys. Okay. Well, as long as she has good intentions. All right, Jamal. Okay, let's see. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to ask about Jamal West while I continue to roll the tape so I don't hold you guys up.
400,000 missing children cases across the nation, and that's no different when it comes to Orrin and Orson West. 23 ABC's Brianna Willis spoke to the center about how they've assisted with this year-long investigation.
For our organization, no matter how long or how short the duration that a child is missing, we'll continue to apply our resources.
Whether it's a day, a month, or even 1 year, law enforcement agencies come together to help find missing children. But an organization that might not have the bright lights or sirens can also help, like the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children.
If it has to do with a missing child case, we try and be involved in it.
Vice President of the Missing Children Division for the NCMEC, John Bischoff, says that since the center's start in 1984, they have been able to serve as a nonprofit organization.
So I just paused it for a second. So, Anayi, hope I'm saying your name right. Oh my God, these people are bogus. And as a child in the system, I feel for them. Yes. My apologies, Jamal Watkins. Okay, I'm gonna make sure, even though it usually don't matter if the name is correct or not, I'll try to pull the energy, but I just want to make sure on this one. So I'm gonna go ahead and shuffle again while I run the tape.
And help provide national resources to missing child cases.
Not a federal agency, we're not a government organization, which allows us to get resources much more quickly at times, and work to apply them onto these, work to supply them to local law enforcement officials in the search for missing children.
For the West Boys, Sergeant Robert Pear with BPD says while they are the lead investigators, they work the case in conjunction with the Cal City Police Department, the FBI, and consult with the Kern County District Attorney's Office. They also rely on the knowledge from the NCMEC.
In a joint investigation with other organizations, what that does is allow you to get expertise from those individuals. For example, the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, this is their purpose. And the fortunate thing is that we don't experience.
Okay, so Carissa, to answer your question, does Jamal Watkins knows what happened to the boys? It's like he has an idea. I got the the Star card here and the Five of Wands. It's like with the Five of Wands, he was in an argument with him about it. They actually had an argument over this. Get the Two of Cups, the Fool. But what he knows is minimal. It's like he has an idea. He knows a little bit. But the Moon, hold on. Clarity on the Moon, clarity on the Moon. Got the Knight, the King of Swords. So yeah, hold on. Clarity on the King of Swords. The five. Yeah, with the Seven of Wands, he got it. It seemed like he got into a fight with them about it. You know, a little argument. Clarity on the Five of Wands. He knows something's up or whatever. Clarity on the Five of Wands. Like he has suspicions. He might know a little bit. He knows about their action. Clarity of the Five of Wands. The clarity of the Five of Wands. The Five of Wands is a huge argument or whatever argument between the two. They might even stop talking for a minute because, you know, it's like I can't believe this. So the clarity on the Five of Wands was the Page of Wands. Page of Wands is a little boy. So the argument was over the boys. Let me see. So the argument was over the boys. He had an argument though, but then because he kind of knows that he dibbles into certain things. Clarity on the Three of Pentacles. Does his brother Diggins deal with the same stuff that he does? Clarity on the Three of Pentacles. As far as, you know, extraterrestrial and whatever magic. Clarity on the Three of Pentacles. Because it's like the family. Hold on. Oh, and there's the Magician at the bottom. Okay. Clarity on the Fool. It's like he has his suspicions. He has it for a reason. Clarity of the Fool. And he knows he's right. They've got into an argument about it. About the boys. He doesn't know everything, but he has he knows his brother has something to do with it, and he knows that it's involving some of the things that his brother gets into. All right. He is the he is the senior vice president of NAACP. Oh wow, okay. And that's Trezell's brother. Alright. Oh, Anaya. Am I saying your name right? Anaya? She says she doesn't trust her grandparents. What do you think, Carissa? Because I know Carissa's really into the case. They seem like they were good. I'm going to play their video after this. Thanks for bringing them up. I'm going to play their video in a little bit. Hold on. We only have 2 more minutes of this. Less than 2 minutes, so I'm going to play it out.
Missing children all the time.
That's why Pear says it's helpful to have the NCMEC's expertise in the process during this open investigation.
What this allows us to do is have fresh sets of eyes on the information that we're obtaining. You can have discussions regarding strategy. You can have fresh outlooks.
Meanwhile, Bischoff says all of the organizations and law enforcement's goal points to the same hope.
And at the end of the day, we just want to find them safe.
Brianna Willis, 23 ABC News, connecting you.
While the FBI has helped in the West Boys investigation, they also have another resource available to help find missing children, the FBI Child ID app, which is in partnership with the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. The app started nearly 10 years ago and is designed to store recent, up-to-date photos of children. So if they happen to go missing, parents can show pictures of their children to law enforcement immediately.
Yeah, too bad they didn't have any
Orson
updated
are
ones.
2 of just many missing kids, not only here in California, but across the nation. So as a way to report any information about a missing or exploited child, be sure to call authorities or 1-800-THE-LOST. You can also scan this QR code for more information. Thanks for watching and have a great night.
Well, we start.
All right, let me get that off the screen. All right, Carissa says she doesn't trust them either. Okay. And they're also the parents of Trezell's brother, then? Reno said, did Trezell and Jacqueline get custody back of their other children? Did they lose custody of their other children? Oh, did they lose custody of their other children in this case? I don't think I realized that. Interesting. Thank you for bringing that up as well. While I wait for everyone else's feedback in the description, in the chat, I'm gonna go ahead and play this video from the adoptive grandparents, and then we're gonna roll back to the chat and get back to these couple of questions or comments.
Start this half hour with the intensifying search for two young brothers who went missing from their backyard almost 7 weeks ago. The reward for their whereabouts now increasing. This morning, ABC News getting an exclusive interview as we learn about some threats allegedly being made against the boys' adopted family. ABC's Orrin Shaw joins us with more. Good morning, Orrin.
Good morning, Eva. For the first time, we're hearing from the adoptive dad's family. Look, these boys have been missing over 40 days, but a small California city determined to find them. This morning, the family of the adoptive father of the two California city brothers who vanished, speaking exclusively to ABC News.
I just know that they were really good parents as far as I was concerned.
We offered a reward out of our own pockets.
That reward for 4-year-old Orrin and 3-year-old Orson increasing to $120,000.
Well, you know what? The reward that you offer out of your own pocket ain't worth nothing if you know that they're not going to be found. So let me just go there with it real quick.
Contributed by multiple parties. Authorities receiving more than 2,000 tips and using imaging devices at their adoptive parents, Trezell West and his wife Jacqueline's home, to search for the boys. But now the adoptive dad's family says they're targets, not from authorities, but from the public.
It is misguided to blame uncles and aunts and grandparents for children who are missing that we love and care about and are trying to find.
Right now, there are people outside the home talking about where are the boys.
Police have not named any suspects.
I'm working so hard, literally day and night to find these kids.
The boys were adopted in 2019 and disappeared late December. The adoptive parents saying they last saw them in their backyard.
Came inside the house, searched the house, me and my wife. Once that...
You liar. I can just look at you and tell you lying.
Had to head out. I got in the van.
Neighbor surveillance showing Trezell jumping into that van looking for his boys, the couple then calling police. The chief maintaining hope, but still suspects foul play. The biological mother devastated.
You know what? If he was really looking for those kids too, his window would be down and he would be calling their names, and I guarantee you the neighbors would have heard it. And they would not, like when I looked for my kids, when I thought they was missing for a second, you know, I'm calling their name, going crazy. Like, what is going on? Where's my child? So the neighbors would have even said, we heard him rolling down the street. And I doubt that happened because I don't recall any of them saying that.
I don't have not one evil bone in my body. And for this to happen to me, it's a lot for me.
As the community continues holding vigils, the family reminding everyone they are in deep pain too.
It's like the people don't realize that we are grieving like they are.
The West have four other children. They are in protective custody. The chief saying this is protocol because those first two kids disappeared under their parents' care. Dan?
Good. Take the other kids too. I fully support that. Oh, by the way, guys, while you're here, please do like this live and subscribe if you're not already.
Ranking story all the way around. Orrin, thank you very much.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robert Roberts here. Thanks for...
All right, so now let me head back to the comments. So, all right. So Anaya said she does not trust the grandparents. And Carissa says, me either. Ask about them. Okay. Do the grandparents know anything? Do the grandparents know what happened to Orrin and Orson West, Cincere and Classic, do they know what happened to them? Ooh, I got 8 of Pentacles. The King of Cups. It looks like, yeah, I don't want to believe this. Hold on. I'll just reshuffle. I'm gonna just reshuffle. But I understand when people don't want people out their house protesting and stuff like that. I know that's not why you guys said it. I'm just saying that could be annoying to anybody going through. But let me see. Let me shuffle this real good. And let me make sure I'm asking my question as specifically as possible. Does Orrin and Orson West, birth name Classic and Cincere, do their adoptive grandparents know what happened to them? Do they know what happened to them? Do they know what happened to them? Okay. 6 of Wands, the Fool, 4 Swords. Shoot. With the 6 of Wands, it leads with the 6 of Wands, so they know that Trezell and Jacqueline have something to do with this. Okay, so at least with that. So yeah, the Fool, they know 100%. But we got the Fool and we got the 4 Swords, so they don't know all the details. I wouldn't say that. No, we got the 4 of Wands stuff being held back. The 4, they're sad about. They're not really happy about the situation. They know what happened, but not the full details. What I'm saying they know is that, you know, their son did something crazy. So, alright, now let me go. So they don't believe him for a second. Alright, so Renew said, did Trezell and Jacqueline get custody back of their other children? And then Carissa said no. Okay. It doesn't look like they have. Let's see. They went to court and didn't get them back. Oh, okay. You even know they went to court. Okay. Thank you, Carissa. So let's see. That can be a good sign. Wait, what could be a good sign? I'm trying to think of what I missed or what I said. Remind me, what are you talking about? What could be a good sign? My daughter. Okay. My daughter got out at nap time when me and my sister was baking one, and oh my God, was taking one, and oh my God, yep. It's scary when you can't find your kid. Okay, so Red Roses says, how come the dogs cannot find no trace of them in the yard, but they use an excuse, and how come they're being charged for it? Neglect. Yeah, isn't that crazy? I'm glad you brought that up, Red Rose. They cannot find any trace, and please do like this live. They cannot find any trace of them in the yard. Anything that they said they might have found with them in the house, that had been clothing or something that they had with them, because they probably know exactly how this works. All right, and that they was gonna have the cadaver dogs go in there, so they knew to bring traces of whatever scent that they could within the house. But once they went outside, it's no trace of them, and they were supposedly out there playing. It does not make sense at all. That doesn't make sense at all, right? And how were they allowed to actually even move further than outside of the outside of the township? All right, let me see. My eyes are blurry, so give me a minute. But they use that in an excuse, and how come they're not being charged for it? Neglect. Yeah, they need to be charged for something. Absolutely, Red Roses. Absolutely. Okay, Christina says dogs didn't find Kaylee or many other kids when they were right on it. Yeah. Yep. Shoot. Casey Anthony's daughter, right? All right, Reno said the fact that they didn't get their kids back makes me wonder if there was something found in the house. That's a good question. There has to be a reason they didn't get, because if the kids just honestly disappear like that or whatever, it had to be. You're absolutely right. Yep. So these people really need to be charged. Anybody have any more questions you want me to ask? I can try to pull the energy in the cards and see what else I see. And let me go back on and see what else I can pull up on these boys real quick. I cannot believe. I mean, you can just look at the guy. You can look at them during the interview, and it's like they could care less about what's going on. No more interviews, no more. It's just like they fell off the face of the earth. Yeah, and Brian too. All right. Let me know if you guys have any other questions you'd like me to try to pull up on them intuitively or through the cards. Let me block this user right here. Wait, hold on. Is this? Give me 1 second. All right, I just found something. Give me 1 second. Pull this up.
It's been 75 days. 3-year-old Orson and 4-year-old Orrin West were reported missing from their home in California City. There seems to be more movement in this investigation. So 17's Proa Shaheen tells us more
about a large-scale search party in Bakersfield today. Proa, good evening.
Good evening, Moses. Dozens from Bakersfield Police and the FBI searched Southeast Bakersfield this morning for evidence that could lead to the boys. It's now been almost 2.5 months since 3-year-old Orson and 4-year-old Orrin West were reported missing. Law enforcement is keeping much of this investigation under wraps.
The facts of the case are still going forward. The boys have not been located, and there has been no arrests made.
But new developments have brought renewed energy to thousands looking for answers.
It will be found. It will be brought home.
Most recently, law enforcement searched for evidence in a dirt lot in Southeast Bakersfield. It's near the Casa Loma apartments, where the adoptive parents of Orrin and Orson West used to live.
This is not the first search that has been conducted in the city of Bakersfield by the Bakersfield Police Department during our participation in this investigation. I expect that there will be more searches. There's been numerous interviews, numerous search warrants, and that will continue until we know what happened.
Kern County Search and Rescue went out with more than...
Okay, guys. The searching, if the boys was out there, they would have found these boys, okay? And they had so many people with them too. Oh my God. The boys are at a house. They're at a house, or if they made it outside of the house, it would be a stream by the house. They're right at this house. It's somebody that's into, you want to say alien stuff or magical stuff, like magic stuff. It's a cult type environment. That's where the research needs to be done and honed in on, because that's where they are. They're not out there in the wilderness. They are not.
More than 50 Bakersfield police officers and FBI agents to search the grounds. They also brought canines.
As far as if any items of evidentiary value were located, I can't get into specifics.
Police also would not say what caused this search party. Many Bakersfield residents have searched for evidence around this area before.
We've been here multiple times, actually. I'm not sure if the search that we did was as wide as the law enforcement did, but we did attempt to come out here in a few areas around here.
Bakersfield police only recently took over this investigation. Many are looking forward to seeing what they can do.
They're skilled at what they do, and now it's time for us to kind of step back and let them do their job because they have the manpower, they have the resources. I really believe that they are getting close. I really believe it.
Now, that was
if you have
11
any
months ago.
information on the boys, call the secret witness line at 661-322-4040. Perla Shaheen, 17 News.
Okay, now, that was like 11 months ago, so clearly, you know, we still don't have the boys here. So everybody could go out and do what they need to do and continue to search for them, but they just need to make sure they're hitting up the right areas. Carissa, do you know if they ping? I guess they would have if they took the phone, if they try to ping his every location. But I think Trezell would be smart enough to know not to bring that phone with him. You know, he seems like he does quite a bit of research on everything that's out there. So he probably would know not to bring his phone with him anyway. I'm about to wrap this up in a second, guys. Thank you guys so much for being out, coming out here with me to for showing me love. Thank you so much for liking this live. I appreciate it. I appreciate your subscription, and I just appreciate you guys staying with me. I hope you guys have a wonderful night, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a blessed day. Love and light.